It's the Baaaaahbra Show, coming your way with a smile today, down the humorous path with a lark and a laugh. It's the Baaaaahbra Show. The Baaaaahbra, the Baaaaahbra, the Baaaaahbra Show. Welcome to Humorous Adventures with Barbara.
Welcome to another episode of the Humorous Adventures with Barbara. This is Growing Up Gross, the teenage years. Now, I have to say, I think I did my own version of Grease. I had 4 other friends, so I will call myself Olivia Newton-John, having 4 friends that are goody two-shoes, the 5 of us. Our parents all knew each other, and we had a nice group of girls. However, we were very attractive to the bad boys. And the guy I was attractive, well, we'll call him John Travolta. His name for me was, for him was Tony. He had 4 friends, like bad boys. Now, they didn't really do really bad things, but they were cool. And my parents and all the parents of my friends, they were horrified and they were so worried for us. But we loved them because they were cool. And we wanted to do anything to fit into the cool group. Well, sure enough, Tony and Barbara, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta fell in love, and 4 of Barbara's friends and 4 of Tony's friends became a group. And any chance we got, every night, we would go out together. Now, Tony's friends were really good with their hands, and Tony happened to live near a field. And the guys built a 2-story clubhouse. They pulled electricity from Tony's house, and literally this clubhouse was in the woods. We had a stereo, we had black lights, we had posters. It was a great place. And every night we would go in the clubhouse, listen to music, blast it. And then, of course, we all had a curfew, our little goody two-shoes. We had to be home by 9 o'clock. Okay. Now, one night, we were in the clubhouse. I guess it was Halloween time frame, and we had decorated the clubhouse with orange and black. Funny, I'm wearing orange and black. But anyway, Tony, just for a joke, started wrapping the crepe paper around my head. And I'm like, Tony, kind of stop it, I think it's curfew time. We're going to have to go home. Okay, I walk home, and I went up the back steps to my house. My mother happened to be in the kitchen, so the minute the kitchen door opened, there's bright light, and my mother takes one look at me and says, "Where have you been? What have you been doing?" And I thought, what's she talking about? It's before 9 o'clock. I'm good. She goes, "Go look at your face." I went into the bathroom, flipped the light on, and I look at my face. My face was black. It just so happened, unbeknownst to me or Tony or anybody else, of my friends, when it was darker out, when he was wrapping the black crepe paper around my head, the black dye went on my face. So I kind of looked like Al Jolson. And I had to come up with something really quick as to what I was doing. Now, I realize now I could never keep anything or tell a lie because I was always found out. I give up now. I don't even bother. But at the time, I had to come up with an excuse for my mother. And I quickly thought, hey, Ma, this is what I was doing. Me and the girls, we were at the Y, and we were doing cartwheels, and I happened to do a cartwheel right into a pile of dust. Now, clearly, that excuse was insane. But she knew the girls that I was hanging around with. She knew I was home safe, so she didn't push the issue. Now, when I would go out with the girls to meet the boys, this is an idea of the outfit we would be wearing. We wore jeans that were way below belly button, like hip hugger jeans. We would take in the thigh as tight as we could, and then there was a big flare of bell bottoms, and the bell bottoms would just drag on the ground. Then wear a tailored shirt that I would tie really high up as a midriff to expose as much as my midriff as possible, and then wear white lipstick. My father would take one look at me and say, "Where do you think you're going?" "I'm going out." "Oh, no, you're not." "Oh, yes, I am." And my mother would just say, "Leave her alone. She's with the girls. It'll be okay." And they let me go. But speaking of what I would wear, that was the outfit. But the other four girls had very long, straight hair, and that was the style. My hair was kinky, curly, unbelievable, uncontrollable. And I used to spend hours and hours trying to make my hair straight. My father would say to my mother, when I would be in the bathroom, I could hear him, and he'd say, "It's unnatural how long she stays in the bathroom." And of course, the wire to the phone would be in the bathroom too, because I'd be on the phone with my friends while I'm doing things to my hair. I could get my hair really straight, stick straight. But living in Boston, especially in the summertime, as soon as I went outside, kinky, curly. And then sometimes my brother, just for fun, would be waiting for me with a hose, because if he could get my hair wet, everything I did was a waste of time. Now, it just so happened that right before my 18th birthday, my wisdom teeth needed to be taken out. All four of them at the same time. Parents like, "Thanks a lot, Barbara. You're now off the regular insurance. We have to pay extra." But they loved me, so they said, okay. The doctor said, since I have to get all four wisdom teeth taken out at the same time, maybe I should just check into the hospital so they can wake me up real early in the morning, give me a shot, knock me out, and then, I'll be back the next day. Okay, now, at least at the hospital I was staying at, the minute you check in, they won't let you walk around in the hospital. So even though I wasn't sick, I had to be in a wheelchair. And the first thing they wanted me to do is take me for x-rays. So they wheel me in a wheelchair in the outpatient section. There were a bunch of other people just coming in the hospital for x-rays or whatever in the outpatient, and I'm sitting in a wheelchair. Once again, there's nothing wrong with me, but that was the hospital rule. I couldn't walk around. So I realized I'm sitting in a wheelchair in a hospital gown, and all the other people were looking at me like, feeling bad for the person who can't walk, me. And I thought, oh, this would be funny if I just stood up and go, "It's a miracle, I can walk." But I didn't have the heart to do it. I just sat there and let them wheel me around. Now, the morning of the operation, like I said, they woke me up at 5 in the morning, gave me a shot. This shot immobilized me physically, but mentally I was totally conscious. And they wheel me down like the pre-op area, and there's a bunch of people. You can see we're all lined up in stretchers near the nurses' station, waiting to get wheeled in to whatever operation I was supposed to be in. And as I'm lying there, again, totally immobilized, but fully conscious, I hear the nurses saying, "Wow, I wonder if Dr. Anderson's going to make it in today, because he really tied one on last night." And I couldn't move. And I'm thinking, I hope I don't have Dr. Anderson. Please don't let him be my doctor. I get wheeled in for the operation, and all I remember is the nurse and doctor saying, "Count back from 10, because they put a thing in so I would get sodium pentothal. I remember just saying 10, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up to some suction hose down my throat to get all the blood out. I guess when you have a wisdom teeth operation and they're pulling all the 4 teeth out, you know, there's blood down there and they have to. Well, this was a little uncomfortable and tears are coming down my eyes. And I think I had Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because she took a terry cloth towel and digging out my eye sockets. Instead of just like wiping my eye, I felt like she was like digging into my eye sockets. Anyway, they wheel me back up to a room and I'm sharing a room now with 3 people and I needed to go to the bathroom and I didn't want to go in the bedpan because I still have this drip because I guess they gave me sodium pentothal and I was a little weak so I couldn't just walk around. And I asked them, please take me to the bathroom. Just walk with me with the thing so I can go because I can't go in the bedpan. There were visitors and all these people. So they said, okay, we'll take you. And as they take me, just before I was ready to sit down on the toilet, I fainted and I just fell. So they picked me up. I didn't have a chance to go to the bathroom. And they put me back in the bed. So no, I really have to pee. And all these people are in the room. So my family came, my mother and father and my brother came. And I said, listen, can you take me to the bathroom? I didn't tell them that I already tried and fell. So they said, okay. So one of the, you know, they're carrying the IV thing and I'm walking. And the nurse catches me and they said, I told you not to do it. You already fell down. I said, I'm right here. Just let me go. So they let me go. And then when I came out, I fell again. So I think, you know, I went in for getting my 4 teeth out. But by the time I got out of the hospital, literally, I was black and blue all over the place. So the other thing I was worried about is, and well, it didn't happen for me, but I purposely told all my friends that I would be at a different hospital because what I was told, if you get your wisdom teeth pulled out, your whole face swells up like a chipmunk, and I didn't want any of them coming and visiting me and seeing me like that. So I told them all I was at a different hospital, and they were calling the other hospital, and they said, no, there's no Baaaaahbra Gross here. Well, again, I would just like to thank everybody for joining me on the humorous adventures of Baaaaahbra. To be continued.
It's the Baaaaahbra Show. It's the Baaaaahbra Show. Coming your way with a smile today. Down the humorous path with a lark and a laugh. It's the Baaaaahbra Show. The